Waka waka waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel. And happy, I believe it is D-Day. Happy Lunar New Year for those of you that celebrate. Yeah, Year of the Rabbit. How about that? So we're gonna kick off the Year of the Rabbit with a review of the LS-18 by, oh god, I'm gonna mispronounce this, Aoi Mech, and feel free to correct me in the comments of that pronunciation. Anyway, the LS-18 Silver Phantom, part of their Interstellar series. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's a series. It's a KO. What do you want? And this is a KO, of course, of masterpiece movie number 9, Jazz, as seen in the 2007 Transformers. It's the dawn of the franchise on the big silver screen. Well, in live action form anyway, not the animated break a bunch of 5-year-olds' hearts forms from the 80s. But anyway, so we are going to get down and review this figure today. But first, we're going to take a quick look at the box. Now, I already took a look at the box, the in-depth look at the box, excuse me, as well as the instructions. So I'm not going to do the instructions. We're just going to do a quick spin around the box. I did do an unboxing for this, so I'll put a link in the description to that down below. You can check that out, get a view of the of all the surprise that I have when getting to this figure. So let's move Mr. Jazz Hands out of the way. There we go. And on the front, Interstellar series Silver Phantom on the side, deformation on the back, same as the front, more deformation, and then a bunch of the stuff I can't read, and then of course Silver Phantom Interstellar series, and that is all for the box. So yeah, and before I start digging into Mr. Jazz Hands, excuse me, let me just do a little preface that I promised I'd be doing in the unboxing of why I picked a KO over MPM-9. Typically, I don't do KOs. The only reason I do a KO is if the KO does something considerably better than the official, and that's when I opt to go for the KO. So, long time ago, I was looking to get MPM-4, saw it was in stock at BBTS, saw some reviews on it, and was less than thrilled. The paint didn't look premium. I saw some surfaces were even unpainted, all that jargon, and I saw a review on MGO for the LT-02, which I do have, and that had far superior paint. They even fixed a flaw in the transformation, and, you know, again, from there, it kind of got me thinking about the MPMs. I also saw the MPM-12, which was the Bumblebee Optimus Prime. I didn't care for that. I find the truck mode very loveless, just kind of like they half transformed it and stopped. So that's why I went for the Magnificent Mecha. So as far as movies, as far as masterpieces for the movies go, I tend to stick on the side of KOs. Again, MP13 Blackout was an exception. It's a very well done model. It definitely brings me back into the fray to check out the officials more thoroughly, but as far as this goes, I will explain a few differences that I see, at least in this KO versus what I've seen in the official, and we'll go from there. So just kind of a preface as to why I got the KO for this. I'm not typically a KO collector, but again, if the shoe fits, wear it. And if the KO does tend to do something better than the official, I am going to go for the KO over the official. And without further ado, let's get a look at Mr. Jazz Hands. And there we go, that awesome face sculpt right there. Again, I really do love a lot of these first movie Baver spots, save for the Megatron, but a lot of these, you can see like the pieces of the car, he's a Pontiac Solstice, by the way, the pieces of the car integrated into the bot mode. There's enough of the car integrated into the bot mode to kind of tell what car he transforms into, which is exactly what G1 did. So there, to me, in the initial Bayverse movie, the 2007 movie, it felt like there was a lot of that homage put into the design. So again, getting back to the face there, really nice, well done face. So you can see the eyes kind of sunken in blue, but they are there. It looks like a transparent plastic. Nice blue, nice big schnoz as well. A big silver nose. can see you got a lot of nice gold detail. Love the additional detailing on top. So much molded detail. Got a lot of silvers down here, some gold. You can just tell, like, I mean, just a lot of looking like they integrated a lot of mechanical pieces into the design. Going down to the arms, again, you got some of the door up here. Nice silver paint on the body parts. And you got his fingers there, his starfish hands, even though they're not a star, they're a little like clover or whatever. Yeah, and you got, again, more doors on the arms. Really, really kind of a more mechanical feel with these bots. You know, they're definitely not the humanoid we see in the original. Moving around to the back real quick, and mostly a clean backpack, as you can see. Very little packed on, and you can see like the bottom end. You know, this is the whole top end compacts into this packaging. You can just kind of see all this nice molded detail, tail lights right back here, transparent plastic, and again, you got the conduits back here. It looks very cool, very robotic-like. I really do love that. And then, of course, moving down the side skirt here, again, lots of nice molding. You got some coppers, some golds. I mean, for such a, and let's be real, silver is a generally bland color. And I say this as a guy who owns 2 silver cars. So it's really nice to see the robot mode just accented very well with all these extra colorings and golds. It's really pops. Even the silver really pops, and I'll bring this up later on after the transformation in the car mode. It looks like they applied a clear coat to this. It's very cool. Yeah, moving around the back, you got his tail light or running light feet. Or legs. Yeah, lots of nice gold detail here. Just all around really well done, well detailed robot. And that's exactly why I love a lot of these Bayverse designs, especially the figures for him. So let's talk about his articulation. So the head does rotate. It'll go as much as you need it. It does kind of look up just a smidge, does kind of look down a smidge, and you could look up a bit more if you activate this transformation joint right here. Doesn't really open up to anything. I mean, there's blank space underneath, but you can kind of activate it without looking like it's too far off. The arms are on this kind of weird hinge, so they can go up about this far, or you can raise the transformations. They can go up this way, but only when they're out like, oh, no, you can turn. Nope, yeah, you have to, so you kind of got to be like this. You can, oh, yeah, the side mirrors do fall off. We'll talk about that later. The arms are on this kind of double hinge design, so you have a hinge up here and a hinge down here, so we can go, and that'll get you roughly about 90 degrees. And you can get some back, but that's a bit more of a transformation to see how those hinges activate. He does have a, well, we'll hold this, a bicep swivel right in here. You can see that. And of course the fingers are all, he's got his star hands, and they got a base at the base pin knuckle, and they have a secondary pin right midway up the finger, and they move very freely too. You can get a lot of posing out of the hands. In fact, I really do love the hands on this thing. Let's see, he does have a very nice kind of a ratchet, it's almost a ratcheted waist swivel. Not just kind of a rock. I mean, this is he transforms using a network of these hinges, so it's just kind of really a rock, not really anything you consider an ab crunch. Move his arms up. We can move the side skirts up. They got this secondary skirt. I'm not sure what this is for, but I'm not sure if they're supposed to be out, and I don't know. So you can move those up. The legs are also on a very intricate network of hinges, so you can go out. He can pretty much do the full splits. And then they have this secondary hinge here that's their transformation, but you can still activate it if you want to, so you can move them up, and then you just kind of have to push up and hold it in place to move the hinge down. You can see that's how it's supposed to move. He will do a nice fusion kick, a little shy of 90 degrees, and he will go back. He'll have to, actually, I'm sure if you move this back, yeah, he starts running into the trunk space, but you can kind of see that's as far as he will go back. He does have a very nice thigh swivel, and then he has a very intricate double jointed knee, so he can kick this way. You can kind of give him a broken leg, or if you want to make him go back, he can kind of get you just past 90 degrees, just like that. And then lastly, he does have a little toe tilt downward, just like that. And that is all for articulation. And real quick, let's talk about his accessories. He does come with a few. He comes with his cannon real quick here. It's done in a very nice silver. Got a lot of nice gold for whatever these emitters are at the front. Probably shoots a whole ton of different ammunition. Got some cast black plastic on the back of the gun, and he has this little fit here. And what you do is just make sure his fingers are closed in the star shape like this, and you can just put that on him. Oh, and he can hold that one. I mean, it will fall off. It's not a tight fit by any stretch. But again, you know, you can still get a lot of cool poses of him shooting with that on. And then, of course, he can protect, of course, Sam Witwicky. His name's not Spike, Sam. It's just a little faceless. He's got the man without a face. He's got no face. He's running with the cube. It's a nice foily cube, and he's kind of running, so you can get some cool action shots there of Sam running away from Jazz. Who knew? I mean, he ran away from Megan Fox, so of course he's gonna run away from Jazz. What do you know? And lastly, and this is, oh god, this is the sad part. Okay, this is like the only time I am ever going to do this, and I should probably factor this into gimmicks. So he comes with this. If you don't know what this is, we're going to find out. So, okay, so what you want to do, Jazz has kind of a unique, we got to move this spike back into place. Right back here is this switch. You can push the switch, and you just pull down on his legs. And yeah, he separates right in half. And so what you can do, you have a hexagonal fit. You can see this is pretty hexagonal, and you have a hexagonal fit in here. And what you can do is you can put this on, just get it nice and kind of snug. Oh, come on. Come on, you do as I say. Do as I say. There we go, okay. So now, yeah, so you could have him, no, I want two! You could have Jazz ripped in half and dead by Megatron. So there you go. This is the only time I'm going to do it. In my version of 2007, Jazz does not die. Jazz is not a kill-off character, damn it. So yeah, my version of 2007, he does not die. I'm going to repair Jazz real quick because he comes back to life, baby. He just retired in the Bahamas for the rest of the Bay films. Actually, this would be a good time to show this to put him back together. Just push the button on the back again, and it's a hexagonal fit, and he snaps right together. Release the button, and there you go for that. And one final gimmick. Let's do one final gimmick, and I really like this one. You can give Jazz his targeting goggles. So what you want to do is you open up his head. You see you got a nice transparent blue targeting goggle right back there, and I kind of need a spudger for this part. There we go. Finally got that out. Sorry, I had to muddle with that for a spudger. And then, so it's tabbed up front here, and they can just bring it on. And now he's got his targeting goggles. And I personally like this looks better. I think he pays a bit more homage to the original G1 because he had kind of his visor here. So that's my Jazz. So that's probably how I'm going to display mine. Indeed. And now for a quick comparison, real quick, I'm going to use this video to change the way I do comparisons. I am going to bring in more characters from my collection, but my characters already posed on the shelf, so I'm not going to take them out of their poses. I'm just going to pull them off the shelf, and there's that. I only took one character out of its pose for this, just because he is relevant. So we're going to start off. First, let's go with one of his G1 alter egos. We'll go with Make Toys Jazz. That's right, Porsche 935 Pontiac Solstice, basically the same car, right? And there we go there. And then we're gonna bring in, here is Fans Toys Jive, so you can kind of see his alter ego there. So that's his two G1 alter egos. But yeah, this guy's from the Bayverse, so let's give him a Bayverse ally to party with. And oh no, Prime killed Jazz. No, I want two. Let's back it off here. And there he is with LT02, my KO of MPM-4 Optimus Prime. And just real quick for the family photo, let's move him out and let's get Sam Witwicky running from the Autobots in there. And that looks very cool. Yeah, these guys look awesome together. I'm actually excited to get the whole set. These guys look really good for the in-universe shot. So again, great family photo right there. I absolutely love it, and I do like this scale. Even though one day I am probably going to look for a Wei Zhang black or a Black Apple Thunder Leader to replace this. We'll see. Alright, so now let's get Mr. Jazz Hands transformed up into his vehicular mode. Now this transformation is kind of finicky, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's just the KO. It took me a couple tries to finally get it to where I got it perfect, but it is pretty intuitive overall. So just FYI, there's some parts towards the end, especially when you have to put everything together into the vehicle mode, that it does get really finicky. I'm gonna try to film everything I can, but I'm not gonna put it on camera if it's just going to be 5 minutes of me struggling. So I'll try and explain. Of course, I'm going to talk as I do it, and I'll try and explain as best I can the way everything has to be. One thing I am going to try to emphasize to all of you is that during this transformation, there's a lot of stuff that I discover really needs to be tabbed in really well. Everything kind of has a place, and if it's not in place, you're going to have hell later when you try and put it into car mode. So that is the best advice I can give to you. So let's get it started. Let's do the prep work first. So what we're going to do is, you'll notice you have these kind of arms back here. They kind of form around. It looks like they're just in a ball joint that's right here. We're going to move this out. Yep, get them nice out of the way, because we'll show you, you're going to lift up this whole structure back here. And then you're going to see the head is on a rotating platform all of itself. And then you're going to bring it back. Head has enough area to fit in. And then you're just going to put these back, make sure that they are all the way back here. Next up, what we're going to do, open this up. It just tabs in right here into there. Just kind of get these, and I'm doing this now because if I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget later. So you gotta, again, bring these hooks down, in and down. And lastly, take these back panels and just fold them down again. It's little stupid stuff, but it'll help mounds when we go back and do stuff later. Now let's do the arm. So what we want to do, make sure his hand is closed up first. And then what we want to do is lift this piece off. It just tabs in right on here, into here. And then kind of rotate it, just so you have some clearance. And then bring the hand out, just kind of unravel the hand, if you will, and just bring this out like this. So now we got that going. And what we want to do is, you're going to disengage out. It's just kind of on a double hinge structure. You can't really see it too well, but it is on a double hinge. Here is the hinge right here. And just move it down. Give yourself a little bit of clearance if you're feeling like you don't have any. And just kind of make sure that everything kind of gets out of the way in there. That's what we're really trying to do. And you notice you got these tabs in here. You got a tab here and a tab right in here. So what you want to do is make sure that this tabs in to here, just like that, and then bring this down, bring the door, and you're going to see a tab on the door right in there, and you see a tab right in, it's kind of hard to see, and you just want to make sure that tabs in. Leave the hand, in fact, bring the hand down, fold it like this, and just bring the hand down like this. We're just trying to make sure the hand is as far out of the way as possible. And just leave the arm like that. You can get the front piece if you want to, just kind of get it ready. I'm going to show you how this comes down right now. You can get it to come down right here, but I'm going to recommend you leave it up, and I will show you why in just a bit. It's going to kind of save us room. Also, make sure the top window, if you got everything else tabbed in, the top window will tab in just fine, but the top window tabs in right here. So you got the arm, should be looking just like that. Second arm, just like this one. So now we got both arms done on either side. Again, make sure the front fender is pulled back. You can get it set up to where it can go over the wheel if you want, but I highly recommend you leave it, you do not tab it in yet. The spoiler tabs in and keeps the whole backpack together, so you can just bring all that out, start unraveling this, bring the spoiler over like this. Don't worry about tabbing any of this in yet. And what we can do is, the hood of the car is held in by a tab on this side and on this side. You can just bring that up, and you can see this whole section is just like double hinged and whatnot. So you can kind of unravel a bit. You want to flip him over, detach the hood section, just like that. Just kind of leave the hood up like this. And then this is going to be kind of hard. What you want to do is you're going to just rotate just this front section that's rotated. It doesn't feel great, but I guarantee you it is doing it. And this is why I didn't want to assemble the front fender, because you can see we've already got clearance issues with the wheel. I saw that Imgo did this on his Just Chance Road with the fender in place. I don't know how, and again, that's why I'm not sure if maybe it's the tolerances with the KO or whatnot, but mine certainly did not want to work like that. So now what we can do is we can kind of push, oh, not yet. We can kind of push these two sides to the running lights out and just kind of push in the central piece. And then if you want, you can bring the hood forward. You can bring the arms back a bit if you want, or kind of, actually I'd leave them out. You can bring the hood forward and kind of start tabbing in. Oh, probably not. If your hood's not tabbing in, you might want to play with these two pieces in here. A little bit better, and then you can just tab in the back piece here. You can leave this just like this for now. So now if you want, you can start bringing the front fender down. Just kind of set it right here, kind of get this out of your way. Bring the front fender down, just kind of set it in place. So you can see we already got pretty much the front and top of the car. Not sure why this isn't tabbing in. I was not able to figure it out off camera. So now for the legs, I've added it already. Take this piece, flip it in, and just move your side skirts up to give us some clearance to work. And what we're gonna do is bring this piece out, just swing it around, bring the toe all the way down, so it's like that. And then take this piece right here and fold it back. And now what we wanna do is you can take this piece and just kind of fold it in to make the rear fender, and just untab from this hole here, and just kind of bring it out. And we're just trying to get this out of our way for the one it rotates on this hinge here. So just bring it out of the way. And then what we can do is this whole assembly comes out on here. Rotate it back, just push it back around. And you want to bring this, untab this right here. Again, we got to get this fender out of our way. And this is kind of interesting. Also, real quick, make sure, what you want to do is make sure to work this down like this. So you see how it's kind of up and up angled over here. You want to bring this down and give yourself as much room as you can. You're going to flip this over, and this is going to end up around here. Okay, so then what we want to do is, you can see that this this piece right here rides on this hinge here. You want to bring that all the way, just that piece all the way around. It's going to end up like this. And now you can kind of rotate the back fender into position, and you can rotate the part of the rear facing into position. Don't tab it in yet. That's going to help us a little later. So what you should have is the leg just like this. We'll do the other one a little bit faster real quick. I'm going to do the other one because it was kind of a pain in the butt and didn't allow me to show what I wanted to, the way I wanted to. So fold this up. Again, this is already folded in. Give yourself clearance, fold this out, fold this out, fold this down. Make sure that this piece is just kind of get it out of your way. And then untab the shin. You can see it rotating on here. And just fold the leg up like that. You can start to bring the fender piece down and just get this out of your way. So this is all set like this. Make sure that these are pushed in all the way. If they're not, they're going to make your life heck later. And then bring these pads down. You want to make sure the legs are fully down and fully like this, just like that. So this next part's kind of the icky part. This is the part that's the pain in the butt that I may not show all of. I will try and explain things the best I can. Bring this up and you're just going to get this surface to meet right here. It's not going to tab in. It's just going to kind of meet and flatten it off. So you can kind of see we're almost to the home stretch. It's starting to look like a car now. Make sure that everything, that these two legs are flattened out to where the centers are coming in like this. And because what we're going to do is we see that you're going to bring this piece back behind these two pieces up here. So you want to make sure that these are flattened out at top, and then you want to kind of make sure that everything's kind of separated back here, because it's a really stupid tight fit. What I had to do is I filed these down on either side right here, because if you don't, it makes for this stupid tight fit, and there's no reason these need to be angled inwards, except for like vehicular accuracy, and that, I'm sorry, but at the expense of transformation is just kind of bust my butt. So you're gonna bring this up around here, and you're gonna tab in, so it should be tabbed in just like that. Same thing on the other side. Yeah, if it's too tight, you may want to consider file. Well, come on. There we go. And then just bring, oh, came untabbed. All right. And there we go. So now we have that. Oh, came untabbed at the top there. So now we have that looking exactly like that. So for the final step, what you want to do is you'll notice that there is a tab right here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a tab. You want to make sure that this is facing on the inside, towards the inside of the car, because otherwise this won't be in this hinge won't be in this L shape like it is. So what we're going to do, you have a tab up front here. It's going to go right in. It's kind of hard to see. You want to make sure that that goes right in the front, behind the front fascia. And then everything else should just line up at the top. You got two tabs here, and also you gotta make sure this gets around the fender front. So it should be looking just like that. Same thing on the other side. Again, rotate this up. This front fender part is key. There we go. Aha, there we go. How about that? There it is. What do you know? And then just make sure that we tab in all the way. Make sure you got a tab back here. Make sure that tabs in as best it can. Oh, no, it came out. And there we go. And that is Mr. Silver Phantom, aka Jazz, in his Pontiac Solstice mode. As a final note, I do want to state that my side mirrors kept falling off. They just simply peg in right on here. So you can just kind of put them in. They go right back on, just like that. I didn't say this at the start of the transformation. I probably should have, but that's okay. Hopefully you watch this video before attempting it, then you see where I came from. They just tab right in. I might actually put a dab of glue just to keep them like that. But yeah, just FYI in case you have any issues. So there is the Silver Phantom in the vehicle mode, a very panely looking Pontiac Solstice GXP Coupe. And let us start to take a look at the details. I mean, yeah, you know, fit and finish doesn't line up too crazy well, and I'm pretty sure, you know, some of the stuff, like, again, it looks like these are off to one side, the legs are off to one side down here, so that may have to do with a little bit of the misalignment. But overall, you get the general gist and shape. Mind you, this was filmed after the first transformation, so when I do the transformation film, which will have happened before this, we may see some different results. But again, the paint, absolutely, one thing that I noticed is the paint absolutely pops. You can see it feels just like look at that reflection. It feels just like let me turn on the light real quick, and yeah, look at that shine. I mean, it's just like a clear coat of a car. I absolutely love it. That's one thing I love about all these MPM KOs is the paint looks absolutely gorgeous. Really pops, especially on silver car, which is a relatively dull color. The headlights, nice transparent plastic. Again, they got the running lights down here, also in transparent. Got that nice double aggressive build, feels textured, feels very nice. The wheels, again, done very cool. Not sure if these would have been aftermarket on the Solstice GXP. I never read too much to it. One thing I do like, and I'm not sure if they ever did this with the MPM, is the glass is tinted dark, which I saw in a video for the official. It is not. It is clear, and the issue with that is you can see all the robot junk. You can still kind of see it in here, but it's blocked off more readily. Again, nice transparent price. So you can see kind of a gap issue back here. Again, I'm not sure if that's related to the leg misalignment down here, but you know, it is what it is. It was kind of a pain in the butt going around, but yeah, no, it really helps block out the block you out from the robot junk. Nice splitter down here, and on the bottom, everything is, see, the thing is that this looks like it compacts relatively well, and it looks just like, you know, it looks like the bottom of it looks like they really strive to make it look like the bottom of an engine block. And that's not Aoi mech, that's Takara in general. So good job on Takara for you know, transformation was kind of a pain, but good on them for trying to make this look as much as you can see, kind of see, looks like, you know, pieces back here for you know, it looks very much like the you know, they tried to really go for the bottom of a car vibe again. So really nice. Got the wing back here, it looks very good, sitting up nice and high. Yeah, no, as far as the vehicle mode, save for the panel lines and gaps, I really do like this a lot. It really pops. And as far as vehicle mode accessories, so you can actually incorporate both his little spinal column and the gun into the vehicle mode. And you'll notice the spinal column has these two pegs, and you just plug them right into the two pegs on the gun. And you'll notice the gun has this little slot right here on the back, and you're just going to take that and it'll plug right onto the front of the spoiler. Spoiler alert. And you get this goofy thing. Bring it up and raise the camera up. And yeah, so if you want weapon storage, you got weapon storage. I'm just gonna put it back in the box when it goes into vehicle mode, because it looks rather ridiculous. But overall, I mean, again, it's nice to have the option. Let's, you know, just have all the accessories in there. Let's put Mr. Witwicky running with the Solstice with the weird junk on his back. And for a quick comparison, let us bring in Mr. Streak. And yeah, you know what? That actually looks, I mean, it's been a while since I don't think I've ever seen a Datsun of this similar body style up next to a Solstice. But I mean, that kind of looks okay. I mean, that looks pretty good. Pretty dead on. So you can kind of see he scales relatively well with the masterpiece. Sorry, I am not going to transform LT02 for this video, so I do apologize about that. Maybe in a future comparison, maybe when I do LT02, I will transform Jazz for that. But he's kind of a pain, so this is what we get. So let's summarize, and there we have it for the Aoi. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Aoi Mecha Silver Phantom Interstellar Series MPM-9 KO Jazz. And yeah, really cool figure right here. Love the paint, love the articulation. I mean, the articulation is so goofily interesting that it just makes for some wild poses. I'll post some pictures on my Instagram. This thing is absolutely just wild. He's fun to pose, he's fun to play with. I absolutely love him. I think the silver paint pops. I love the accents given to him. I really think that is excellent. Transformation, it's a bit hairy the first go around, but it does get easier with time, and it's actually pretty intuitive once you get the hang of it. So I do actually quite like that, and the car looks pretty good too. It looks like a really good Pontiac Solstice, so I like that. And of course, who can go wrong? This thing is only $50. So when you factor all that in, all the playability with this thing, again, I mean, I have some fun with this thing. So I post pictures on Facebook and whatnot. on my FC Finch page. This thing's just absolutely a joy to play with, and he's fun to put in cool upside down jazz-ish poses. And again, in my version of the Bayverse 2007, Jazz didn't die, so he's still dancing somewhere on the planet Earth. But that being said, I did pick this up from Shozy Store. If you would like one of your own, I'll put a link in the comments down below so you can pick one of yours up if you collect Bayverse, or if you just want a really awesome and fun version of jazz to play with. This is a really cool one to get. Beyond that, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. It does help me out, and of course I enjoy entertaining you people. I put out about 3 to 5 videos every week in addition to my full-time job. So yeah, help me keep the channel going. I greatly appreciate it. That being said, feel free to leave a comment if you have anything to say, anything to correct me on, or just want to tell me you love me. I will reciprocate in kind. So it is time to end. I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.